Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm doing the escort mission in the I-16, and this is IL-2 Great Battles version of the I-16. And looking over to the other side of the hangar there, I see that there's actually a trophy. I think that is their celebration of VE Day. Pretty cool stuff. Let's go to the setup of this thing and see what we got. What kind of modifications can we get? So we got the guns. We're not really doing any air-to-ground stuff, but it can do it. One-piece frontal canopy section for better visibility. I'm all for better visibility. This thing looks pretty cool. I played around with this in DCS World, but I wanted to take a look at it in IL-2 to see what it's all about here. And paint schemes. That's pretty cool. That's a little too colorful. They do have a nice variety of paint schemes, though. The default is that. That white looks pretty cool, but let's go the Red Wings. I like that one. And let's see. So our mission is to escort some IL-2s. Let's see if we can pull this off. But let's take a look around the cockpit. So we've got a pretty nice cockpit overall. Seems quite roomy, to be honest, compared to some of these other planes. And it really does look 3D. It has depth to it, unlike some of these cockpits I've been in. I mean, DCS really spoils you when it comes to cockpits. But in IL-2, it looks like they've really upped their game a lot. Okay, I am going to try to give it some gas and get this thing off the ground here, because I can't see where the hell I'm going from in the cockpit. Although there's a lot of World War II planes that are just like that too, from what I understand. All right, here we go. I'm going to break the gear again. I did this earlier and the gear just broke. There we go. About 43, 44 FPS. It's dropped down a little bit in this mission. I was messing around with my settings in Steam VR, so that might have something to do with it. I think I have it set at 200% for the graphics. So I could probably tweak that. I'm not so good at messing with the Steam settings. I have to look into that more to see what is best. But for the most part, IL-2 runs so good that I really don't even have to worry about that most times, you know? So my initial impressions of this plane is it flies well. Really nothing to complain about. I've flown the DCS version of this plane, and I thought it was a pretty neat little plane. I mean, it's just a short, fat cylinder with stubby wings and a giant engine on it. In system specs, I have an i9 9900K running at stock speeds right now. I have a 2080 Super GPU. I got 32 gigabytes of PC 3000 megahertz DDR4. I'm running on a Z390 Asus Prime motherboard. Everything's running off of SSDs. So this is what would be considered a high-end system. But IL-2 in general just seems to perform better than most sims in terms of performance. Although I will say this, War Thunder I usually get better performance out of in VR, but it doesn't look quite as good as this either. It looks good in its own way, but definitely not this good. trying not to overshoot these guys, but I seem to be picking up on them pretty quick and easy. Something going down there. Something going down there. Oh, I found my button for my VR reset. I haven't flown IL-2 for a couple weeks, so. Ooh, there's some AAA going on shooting at my other buddy up there, the other I-16. It's like our guys are going in. Well, they're pretty low. Up high I'm getting about 60 FPS, which is good. And the thing to remember is I am not overclocking my processor. I am not pushing my video card. I am running with stock settings on this. So this is what I'm achieving with stock settings. But here are my settings in Steam VR. And if anybody has any hints or suggestions of what I should be, setting these at, I cranked the resolution up to 200%. So this is what I'm getting per eye, 2328 by 2512. I had it down here at 150%, and I really did not notice a difference between this and then going to 200%. So I'm not quite sure what the preferred setting is for this. If I go to auto, it's just going to do whatever. So I kind of like custom. I'm going to go, let's go 250 and see what that gives me. Or 252, whatever. And then some of these other settings here, advanced super sample filtering on or off, overlay rendering quality auto high, pause VR when headset is idle is on. That's really all I've messed with in here. And I found this by accident by pressing one of the buttons on my Rift controller. I never use my Rift controllers when I fly. I just use the headset. And the primary reason is the stupid Rift S, when you leave it sit here and it doesn't do anything, it still sucks the batteries down. And I keep forgetting to take the batteries out of the controllers when I'm not using it. Because 9 times out of 10, I get in here and I find out that my controllers are dead, and this Oculus software is yelling at me, by the way, your controller's dead, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't use them. But it comes in handy once in a while. So I changed that to 250, and I don't know if it changes it on the fly or not, but everything seems rather smooth still. So I don't know that it's helping or hurting me, and everything still looks fantastic. So not quite sure how that works. If anybody has any hints or tips on these Steam VR settings, I'd love to hear it. But I've never messed with it. I just usually go in here and let it go at whatever the defaults are, and that's what 90% of my videos have been set at. So I'm not overclocking my video card. I'm not overclocking my processor. I am using the XMP profile for my memory, so I'm running at 3000, but that's it. And everything seems to run rather well at that. So enough about performance. This is where we're sitting now, about a nice 50 FPS up here in the clouds. And I'm just following these guys to help them achieve their mission. Yay, nice. This one's hurting. I'm gonna get some shots in on him. If I can catch him. Not losing too much of my airspeed here. Nice shots. Come on, so close. There we go. Woo, that was close. I gotta see if there's a way to turn up the brightness on this reticle too, because it's really hard to see. I don't know if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing in VR, but it's really not that good. It's very faint to be able to see the targeting reticle here. There's some more guys coming in from another direction here. I'm trying to help these guys out, but... Oh, there's more 109s. Come on. So close. Don't over G now. Man, they just get away from you. These guys are hauling ass. Hope he ain't going up to zoom back down on me. 'Cause he is close. I cannot seem to catch his pal, so I think he's going to come for me. Uh-oh. Come on. Not now. There we go. At least I got some speed. Ah. I hit him. He's going in. Go. Great. He's out. There we go. Felt like my gun jammed for a second. The other thing I don't like about my Rift S is I bought this aftermarket replacement for the padding on it, and it's super uncomfortable. It's really hard. It just hurts my face after a while. And it's by those AMVR guys. I picked it up on Amazon, and it was one of the only options available. But man, if you fly for like 15 or 20 minutes or more, it just ends up being an annoying, painful experience. That's why you see the camera moving a lot. I keep moving and repositioning this headset to something more comfortable. Man, that dude is just cruising. These guys are so hard to catch. It's like once they get lazy, you have the opportunity to get on them, but other than that. So the plane itself looks fantastic. Really don't have anything against it. I think the one in DCS is a little cleaner and a little more photorealistic, but that's about it. Escort mission finished. Time to head home. Okay. So that's a good sign. I just noticed that on my screen. That's one thing in VR that you tend to forget about, is if you're not looking left and right around the entire cockpit, you miss some of the text. Come on. Too many G's. Oh, he's so close. Come on. And he's just going to pull away like a bat out of hell. Come on. So close. There we go. Bye-bye. Very nice. He's going in. Okay. I think that's pretty much a job well done for us. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Really, man? How did I fail? Well, I killed 6 planes. I'm happy with that. I guess maybe I should have landed or followed them all the way back to the base. Sometimes you just don't know. They're not clear on a lot of this stuff. But that was the I-16. This is IL-2 Great Battles. It's one of the Battle of Moscow scenarios. And the more important thing is I had fun with it. And it looked fantastic in VR. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. This was the I-16 and Great Battles, IL-2 Great Battles, Battle of Moscow. And it's a fun little plane. I think it was really weird that I had a problem with the gear. I don't know what happened there. Also, you've really got to. I found my key after I got in the air that was already bound to my throttle to be able to readjust my cockpit view, because at first, man, you can't see anything in there. I am using an Oculus Rift S though, so maybe it just wasn't set for my, where I was sitting with my Rift S at the moment. But I think it's pretty cool. It was fun to fly. It was a fun mission, and I'm probably going to do some more stuff with it. I think next I'm going to jump in and get some rockets and some bombs and see what kind of stuff we can do. But that's it for now. That was the escort mission. This is the I-16 from the Battle of Moscow. And as always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Feel free to hit that like button. And until next time, guys.